अंदर सर क्या हुआ सर? ज्वाइन नहीं कर पा रहे क्या?
मैंने उनको बोला है दोबारा से। मैंने कहा सर लॉग आउट होके दोबारा से री लॉग इन हो जाओ।
सुखविंदर सर के साथ।
हाँ सर, यही कहा है सर, उनको कहा है कि एक बार लॉग आउट हो जाओ और दोबारा लॉग इन हो जाओ।
हाँ सर, मैंने 2 बार
देखो,
लॉगिन कर लिया ऐसे ही चक्कर में। मेरे को लगा शायद मेरे पास साउंड ना आ रही हो या मेरे नेटवर्क में प्रॉब्लम आ गई हो।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो ज्वाइन ही नहीं हो पा रहे सर, पता नहीं।
सर
अभी देखते हैं सर। डॉक्टर रवि अग्रवाल हियर, सेम सेम हियर सर। सर के साथ भी यही हो रहा है, पुष्पा मैडम के साथ भी। इट मीन्स सम
नहीं, हमें
प्रॉब्लम इज
हमें
देयर।
हमें लगा सर, क्योंकि आपने कहा था कि वो ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। मैंने कहा पता लगे कर दिए
आप
हैं और
मेरे पास
हम
देखो
दिख
चार
नहीं।
बार। हेलो।
सर
प्रॉब्लम है कुछ, हाँ, ये मेरे कुछ पार्टिसिपेंट भी ये कह रहे हैं कि हम भी बड़ी मुश्किलों से ज्वाइन होते हैं, फिर ज्वाइन लॉग आउट होते हैं, फिर लॉग इन होते हैं। मैं करता हूँ तो एक बार फोन करता हूँ सर। नहीं, मेरे पास तो बाकी पार्टिसिपेंट की आवाज आ रही है सर, लगभग सब बातें कर रहे हैं। अभी मैंने लेक्चर दिया है आधे घंटे।
हाँ, तब
हाँ,
तो
कोई
सारी
ऐसा
आवाज आ
इशू
रही थी सर, कोई इश्यू नहीं था।
नहीं। टाइम का कुछ है ही नहीं सर, टाइम मीटिंग में टाइम मेंशन नहीं है।
राजेंद्र सर उनको बोलना है क्या उसके लिए?
एक मिनट मैडम, मैं आपसे ही फोन करने वाला हूँ अभी। एक मिनट में वो देख, एक 10 मिनट। मैं आपका नंबर आया उससे देखा था मैंने। हाँ जी, आप बताओ, वो कल दे देंगे। मैडम। हेलो। ज्ञान मैडम। हेलो।
Good afternoon, friends.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, Rajendra ji,
Sir, good afternoon. At
now
least,
it's clear.
at last, you have joined.
At last we have joined actually. Because
Actually,
of
sir, और
maybe net connection or maybe many reasons maybe.
यस सर, यस सर।
हाँ,
और आप
maybe
तो
many
कंप्यूटर के हैं तो आप ज्यादा जानते हैं।
हाँ थोड़ा
नहीं,
हो जाता है और ये
हाँ
आजकल
जी, नहीं
कई बार
नहीं बिल्कुल सर। एक्चुअली क्या है, ऑफलाइन में तो ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती। आप आए, आपको कमरे में ले गए और आपका इंट्रोडक्शन करवाया, दैट्स ऑल। उसमें
नहीं
कोई
नहीं
टेक्निकल फॉल्ट नहीं आ सकती।
देखो
यही
ये
प्रॉब्लम है।
सिचुएशन अनप्रेसिडेंटेड है एंड एवरीवन इज
हाँ जी
फेसिंग
सर,
दिस काइंड ऑफ द
यस
प्रॉब्लम
सर।
सो
वो
वी
नहीं
हैव
सर,
टू
बिल्कुल आ सकती
मैनेज
है।
इन एनी
एंड
केस वी हैव टू मैनेज
सॉरी फॉर द डिले।
नो इट्स ऑल राइट इट्स ऑल राइट
ओके सर, ओके।
वाह, कौन सा देगा? अक्कड़ बक्कड़ बम्बे वो
जी सर। So, dear
गा
participant,
गा
hello,
ये ज्यादा है वैसे।
Sukhvinder
तूने
sir,
कौन सा ले ले?
please. Hello, Sukhvinder sir, please mute your mic.
सॉरी।
Okay, fine, sir. So, participant friends, at last, Dr. Rampal has joined because of our technical fault. It may be our fault, I think so. So, but at last he has joined. So, on behalf of our university, UGC, HRDC, and participant, I welcome Dr. Rampal Singh, who is our resource person today for this session. Dr. Rampal is Associate Professor at Deen Dayal Upadhyay College under University of Delhi. He has done PhD from JNU Delhi and MTech from Guru Jambheswar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. He is member of many professional bodies and published more than 30 research papers in reputed journal. Once again, sir, I welcome you for joining and sparing some time for us. Rampal sir, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Rajendra.
And now,
Yes.
now I hand over the mic to you. Now,
Thank you very much. Now, I thanks to all participants waiting me patiently because of this technical hitch or communication hitch. And again, thanks Dr. Rajendra Kumar who invite me for this presentation. But I will say it is not a presentation, it is mutual discussions of ours because we all friends and colleagues. So I hope you will find something good for the presentation which I am going to present related to artificial intelligence and some applications in different domains and areas. And I think how many participants are from computer science or electronics?
Sir, more than 80%.
More than 80% from electronics.
Electronics
no
and
sir,
CSC.
Electronics and
electronics and
computer.
CSA. Yes sir,
Okay,
yes sir.
okay. So today I will tell a beautiful library, especially regarding the electronics, people who are joining it, and that can be used for predictions problems using different kind of the machine learning techniques. So I hope that will be very helpful in future research of all these participants. So now I'll start my presentations. And again, thank you to calling me for these presentations.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. You are always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. सर आ रहा है ना स्क्रीन?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Screen is coming.
हाँ जी, आ रहा है सर.
Okay. Thank you.
Visible,
Now
sir.
I will off my camera because some net problem occur repeatedly if camera is on. So I'm offing my camera because it's consumed lot of network during the transmissions of presentations. So now we are going to present basic idea about the machine learning, different kind of the machine learning technique. And today I will try to tell you something practical which will be helpful for basic idea about the practical how a simple neural networks can be implemented for a classifications problems. Okay, so next is some today idea machine learning techniques, machine learning categories that we will discuss elaborately here. And basic idea I will give you about the ANN, artificial neural network, how it is implemented in a one problem that we will going to discuss and implement over the internet. I hope it will place you at the starting point of implementations, the problem in different domain. Then we will discuss about the back propagation, which is core about the implementation of different kind of machine learning techniques. And later on, if we have the time, we'll do some design aspect about the networks. Okay, and some applications I will tell you. Now, this is simple basic idea about the machine learning, and one of them is the artificial neural network. This is the basic structure of machine learning, one of the machine learning technique. And if you see here, this is the basic diagram of artificial neural network. We have a constructed architecture here. One is the input layer, another is the hidden layer, and second hidden layer and output layer. So these are the layer, and in this layer, input layer is basically passive layers here. I will tell you why it is passive layer. And next layer is the hidden layer. This is active layer, and it is not necessary there should be two hidden layer. It can be one hidden layer, but I have the purpose here for adding second hidden layer because I will tell you something later on. And these are some of the characteristics that we will discuss in detail later on. Okay. Next is because I'm telling you number of machine learning techniques nowadays they are being used in different applications. So one of them is the artificial neural network. It has some problems. That big problem is the presence of local minima when we find the solutions of this artificial neural network. Then it faces some problem, and some parameter is there. We call them hyperparameter and learning rate and activation functions that we will discuss in detail because these parameter is very important when we do training of a particular type of the machines. And in general, you will find one or two or three features about the machines same, but their formulation is different, their mathematics is different only. Next is the support vector machines. Some of you may heard about the support vector machines. It was introduced by Vapnik in 1992 is the Russian professor worked at AT&T lab. But this machine has sort out some problem which we were facing in artificial neural network. So that has been sorted out here, but it has also some problem. And geometrical structure of this support vector machines is like this. This is the geometrical structures, and these machines can be used for different problems like regressions problem, like classifications problem, and basically SVM formulation is a QP problem. I hope you understand the QP problem. QP is the quadratic programming problem, and sometime if you use the basic versions of quadratic programming, so it is bit computationally costly, but SVM is widely used, very good machine learning techniques, and it used in different domain, and particularly they are used for classifications problem, they are used for predictions problem, and function estimations also. We have used it in the MNIST data set. I will show you what is the MNIST data sets and return digit classifications problem. MNIST is very famous and benchmark data set. It is after the name of a standard institute of US, Modified National Institute of Standard and Technology. So it is a benchmark data set, and over this over this machine learning method, support vector machines, we have developed a biomarker basically that is used for disease classifications. In my postdoctorate, I have developed this biomarker, and we have used here some MATLAB libraries for developing this biomarker with the accuracy of 95%. So it is working basically there. So again, we have different, these are the different variants of support vector machines. If those are interested, that they can note down these variants. Like one of them is least square support vector machine. It is one of the variants. Active set support vector machine is another variant. Epsilon SSVM, all we have done in our research work. We have used in our research work. So in general, support vector machines used for classification purpose, but its regression variant is also here. Support vector regression, it is a regression variant of the. So basically, most of the problem which are the predictions problem, they are regressions problem. Any kind of the predictions problem is a regression problems, whether it is energy prediction, whether it is financial forecasting, whether it is temperature forecasting, whether it is drought forecasting. And nowadays we are writing one paper over incidence solar radiations forecasting. We have taken data sets from MODIS satellite at different latitude and longitude, and we are using that paper. So that paper is in final stage of publications. But if you see in support vector machines, when large amount data is there, so it becomes bit computationally costly. So next machine is extreme learning machines that I have used in my all research work, basically extreme learning machines. And this we have used in security, energy conservation, ISR predictions like that. So if you see simple architecture, this architecture will be look like same neural network architectures, but its mechanism or principle of operation or algorithm is bit different as compared to simple artificial neural network. So if you see this architecture, input layer is there, hidden layer is there, output layer is there. So it works like that. So input layer, we apply the inputs here. There is no functions here. That's why we call it the passive layer. Passive layer, you can note down these points. We call them passive layer because we have not applied any activations functions here. I'll tell you what is the meaning of the activations functions. Next is the hidden layer. It has the number of the neurons here, and each neuron is represented by a mathematical functions, and that mathematical functions we call the activations function, or any functions cannot be activations functions. These activations functions play a very important role in whole functioning, whole activity of a machine learning approach, but their applications can be different, their problems can be different, but you must note down this point. A activation functions must be a continuous functions and differentiable functions. That is the main conditions of activations functions. And one of the prominently used activations functions is sigmoid is one of the activations functions. And if you see the magnified form of this one neurons, about one neurons here, if you map this about one neurons, number of inputs is coming here. Let's say P1, P2, P3, Pn, or we are mapping here I1, I2, In. These are the number of the inputs, and these are the connecting weights. Here we call them parameter. If you see this structure from one input, you will get the number of the same number of the output to the hidden layer, hidden node, and these points we call as the parameter. देखिए नेटवर्क में दो चीज होगी, one is the parameter and another will be the hyperparameters. Basically you have to segregate between these 2 points. So parameter, whatever connections is connected from input to the output through these connecting weights, these are the parameters basically. Okay, so these parameter play important role during the training, but if these parameter are large in number, huge in number, so then computation or training of the machines will become computationally costly. Okay, so this is the problem, main problem we are facing in artificial neural network, that is we have huge number of the parameter. I'll give you one example about this, how we can calculate the huge number of the parameters here and what are the. So if you see the input I1, I2 up to In, and these are the weights connecting W1, Wi, W2, W3, In, these are the weights. So what we calculate the sum of these product of these thing, and we are getting the sum of the input basically, and sum of the input is supplied to a activation functions. We represent here g of x, like g of x, so we are supplying g of si. So this functions is called activation function. It is nothing but a mathematical function, and it is nothing but the input of this neuron. But if you see the input here, nothing, no activation function is there, simple input is applied. That's why we call them passive mode, and here we call the active modes basically. So input we supply here, and if output, if the value is become greater than some certain threshold, so this neuron will be fired here and output will be generated there. So signal will be generated basically, and after that it go to the output layer. Here in this example we have taken only one, because it is a kind of the architecture used for regressions problem. If it is classifications problem, so same number of the neurons will increase here. I have an example, but later on I will tell you. We have this machine is extremely fast basically as compared to ANN. Why it is extremely fast? Because these weights are randomly generated here. This is the basic difference between artificial neural network or this type of the network, extreme learning machines. You go the Googles, you type this, you will find different kind of the variants here. And mainly one professor in Singapore, GB Huang, is doing all research over this. And it has lot of application in electronic and electrical domain rather than in computer science. It has a lot of applications, and we have used it in financial forecasting. So it is used for real-time applications, financial forecasting, energy computations. Over this, our information security, we have published one paper over this variant. This is online sequential extreme learning machines. We have published recently one paper for information security. We have developed a novel technique for watermarkings using these extreme learning machines. Now, next is another variant is the convolutions neural network. Tomorrow I have detailed lecture over this convolution neural network. It is one of the excellent or beautiful network which is used basically for computer vision's purpose. Computer, all image processing, all edge detections, low feature, high-end features, middle features, different kind of the bandwidth can be processed using the convolutions network. It is very beautiful. And these data sets, these benchmark data sets we have used. One is the MNIST data set, another is the Fashion MNIST, SVHN, CIFAR-10, CIFAR. These are the benchmark data set. When you do, if someone is doing convolution neural network, so these data set definitely they will use in one way or another way. So convolution mainly used for the computer visions domains. So this is the detailed architecture that we are going to discuss tomorrow. I'm not going to give. Now network, another network, everybody is doing nowadays deep neural network, deep learning. So basically deep learning is the number of stages you are increasing between input and output layer. So number of hidden layer you are increasing there, but it is not always necessary. If you increase the number of hidden layer, then it becomes deep learning network. So there is a limitations, there is a conditions. If a network satisfies certain conditions, then it becomes a deep learning network. Otherwise, it is not a deep learning networks basically. So one of the library widely used, these are the Python library. This is Python library, Keras. Keras is there. What we call it? Keras. Anybody heard about this library? Hello.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. I'll do. But this library is backbone of all machine learning tackling. I want to tell you these things. And this library, Keras, is one of them. It is supported by TensorFlow. It is supported by Amazon Web Services. Active Web Services is there, that is supported by Amazon, and Cognitive Toolkit, that is supported by the Microsoft basically. Another library we use, ये library आप note कर लीजिए, बहुत अहम library है, because if you see in machine learning and data science, in all companies, big companies where people are doing work over the data science and machine learning, so there are some library, they play very important role, and most of the work, 90% data science company, machine learning company, artificial intelligence company using Python and R. Capital R. R is the software basically tool that is used. Have you heard the name of R, capital R? Capital R or R Studio is there. next is the Seaborn. Seaborn is one of the library of Python. All these are the Python library, and Seaborn is used for data visualizations के लिए हम इसका यूज करते हैं. अभी मैं बताऊंगा एक ग्राफ हमने बनाया था जो मैं लेके आया हूँ Seaborns के थ्रू. PyCaret is also there. It is one of the library that is used for multimodal implementations. And PyMatgen and MatMiner. These are very important library that is used for electronic material or electronic material structure predictions like band gap prediction, dielectric constant predictions, formation energies like that. So these library are used for that purpose. PyMatgen, Python, material, genomic, and MatMiner is one of them. So these library is widely used for electronic material structure predictions के लिए इसका use होता है, and for other domain applications. So these deep neural network is highly constructed, and they are used for these data sets as we had already discussed about MNIST, Fashion MNIST, CIFAR-10, CIFAR. If you see there in next slide, I have given some pictorial representations like Seaborn. Suppose some data set is there, so Seaborn can be used for visualizations purpose. So this is the visualizations of some data sets. So Seaborn is one of the very versatile library in Python that is used for plotting different kind of the data sets or graphs. Now MNIST data set and Fashion MNIST, so these are the handwritten digit data sets. ये structure इस तरह का होगा. This will be the 10 class problem, and we have 60,000 images like that. Not 60, 70,000. 60 used for training purpose and 1,000 used for, 10,000 used for testing purpose. Or each image size is 32 by 32 into 3 and 28 by 20. So this is Fashion MNIST data sets. They are benchmark data set used for training purpose of in computer vision mostly. Next is the CIFAR-10 and CIFAR-10. These are the basically 10 class problem, and it is 100 class problems basically. So CIFAR-10 and CIFAR-100, they are extracted from 80 million small data sets. So they are constructed and used for computer. Next is the ImageNet. This data sets was used especially in competitions where CNN is used. I will tell you later. And another Street View housing data set, SVHN, is very famous data set, Street View housing number. So it is used for benchmarking purpose. Some of machine learning technique is also there. Recurrent neural network, LSTM is also there. Autoencoder. These are the some of techniques because it's very difficult to tell you everything here. So GAN is also there, generative adversarial network. This network is widely used for generating the artifacts, generating the loss script, generating or duplicating the fake data basically, which is widely used, generative adversarial network. And LMT is also there, that is used for automations के लिए इसका use होता है. खैर, now if you see, basically earlier I told you about the different kind of the machine technique, some of the machine learning technique. Now if you see from the basic, what is AI and its core domain, so whatever we are doing in machine learning, that is basically subset or codomain of artificial intelligence. So if you see artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science is entirely a big subset of this artificial intelligence. And machine learning, in machine learning we have deep learning, and in deep learning we will discuss tomorrow CNN. So this is the hierarchy of simple idea about the artificial intelligence. First, artificial intelligence, we have two big set, machine learning and data science. And in machine learning, we have deep learning. And in deep learning, we have different kind of the network. And one of them is CNN is there. CNN, which we are going to discuss tomorrow. Another is the Boltzmann network is also there. LSTMs is also there. So like that, these are. Now, if you see from these pictorial representations, as a whole, we have machine learning. In machine learning, we have three categories. First is the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. In supervised learning, basically what we do classifications and regressions. In classifications, what applications is there? Fraud detection, image classifications, customer retention, and diagnostic. जो हमने बताया था अभी कि we have designed a biomarker using support vector machines. That is basically a project or application, or this is part of my in postdoctorate at Germany. So we have developed a biomarker there. So that category belong to of that applications. Now next is the regression. So classification and regression are the supervised learning problems. In regression, as I told you people, all type of the forecasting or prediction is the regressions problem. So forecasting, predictions, process optimizations, and new insights. So forecasting, like financial forecasting, is very complex dynamics. You cannot tell कि tomorrow what will happen of today. Financial forecasting, it depends on certain number of the complex dynamics or complex feature. Prediction is same here, like that. So similarly, unsupervised learning, in supervised we have been given input feature and labels also, but in unsupervised we have given the category. Basically, clustering is also one of unsupervising. So customer segmentation, target marketing, recommender systems, all are coming in the clustering. Dimensionality reductions is unsupervised learning process. Big data visualization, मीनिंगफुल कंप्रेशन, जो कंप्रेशन हम करते हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो स्ट्रक्चर डिस्कवरी और फीचर सिलेक्शंस, बेसिकली फीचर डिटेक्शन एंड फीचर कलेक्शंस. And next is the reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is basically active based actions is there. So in embedded system and robotic systems, all are belong to, and gaming, all are belong to reinforcement learning. So that I have given you till now a general idea about the different kind of the machine learning techniques, what are the category of the machine learning techniques, how they can be used in classification, regressions, or unsupervised clustering or dimensional reductions, reinforcement learning, what are different applications. So if you see from this a simple diagram, that what are the different category of machine learning and what are the different kind of the applications of this machine learning techniques. Okay. Now next, a little bit historical background of this artificial neural network, perceptron. A concept come in 1958. It has some problems, so that problem has been sorted out in multi-layer perceptron. And later on, a new algo come, back propagations of the perceptron. This, and later on, modify back propagations come into pictures. So these are algorithms we will discuss about the artificial neural network. Now, basic idea which I have given you in one complete architecture. So these are the inputs, x1, x2, x3. These are the weights, W1, W2, W3. We call them parameter. We sum them, and these are the bias values. So summation is there, and that summation is supplied to a activation function. this functions is, this is a sigmoid activations functions. So in general, sigmoid is widely used because it is a kind of the continuous functions, and then output will be supply here. This is the graph analogy of same here, graph analogy A, B, C, and W. So remember this point, if you have one neurons here and three inputs, so 3 into 1, how many parameters is there? 3 parameters. If you have 10 neurons here, 10 inputs here, or 10 neurons in one hidden layer, so how many parameters will be there? 100 parameters will be there. So if you increase number of input or number of neurons, so the parameters hote hain, they will increase later on exponentially basically, and this is the biggest problem in artificial neural network when we use a large amount of the data, especially when you want to classify images through the neural networks. So this is the biggest problems come into pictures. Simple problem can be handled. So they are written same, which I told you just from this diagram. All are written here. Now, again, same, I have already explained it. These are the inputs, just graph orientation is different or architecture. So input are the passive nodes is here, hidden nodes is there, and output node is there. And hidden nodes we have here. So hidden node is nothing but a mathematical functions or active mathematical functions, continuous or differentiable mathematical functions, and they are different kind of the activations functions. Sigmoid is one of them. Polynomial activations function is also there. 10H is also there. ReLU functions is widely used. I'll tell you importance of the ReLU functions. Leaky ReLU, parametric ReLU, and or different kind of the activations function is there. So basically, what is the role of this activations function? Activation function, remember this point, activations function induce the nonlinearity in the systems. And it is a thumb rule in machine learning. If you want to solve a problem, if problem is complex, your estimation function, your approximations function, or your function involved like activations function must be of same complexity. Otherwise, you cannot solve problems. This is the basic thumb rule of machine learning. If you want to, if suppose you are not using here activation function, simple linear functions you are using, so same hidden layer, more hidden layer you can apply, but meaning is additions of the hidden nodes or hidden layer is meaningless, nothing you will solve. So you have to add here a activation functions that must be complex or non-linear. Simple function cannot be used as a activation functions. खैर ये बेसिक है, आगे आप रिसर्च में पढ़ेंगे तो जितना पढ़ेंगे और उतना अच्छा करते चले जाएंगे. So input is the passive node, hidden is the active node, and output is also active nodes. So 2 active layer, 3 layer we have. In 3 out of 3 layer we have 2 active layer and 1 passive layers basically. So this is simple architecture of artificial neural network. You can increase the starting as I show you. You can increase here number of hidden layers. 1 layer is there, 2nd layer is there, 3rd layer is there. So you can increase, but if you are not improving your activation functions, there is no meaning of adding the number of layer in between output and input layer. So you need a good activation functions that play a very important role in performance of machines, whether it is a classification problem or regressions problem. So all are written here, which I just told you about it. All are same here. Now, as I told you, activation function induce the nonlinearity of the system. If I suppose I'm not inducing the non-linearity. I use the linear activations functions, so it will not give you a problem solutions to the problem. So mathematically, if you see, I need a functions which should be non-linear and bit complex as compared to just simple functions. And condition is that for activations functions, that must be nonlinear, complex, continuous, and differentiable. This is the mathematical requirement of a functions can be used as a activations functions. Next, all are I have written here. This is सॉफ्टवेयर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. अगर आप कोई ANN को सिंपल इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहते हो, so you need a different kind of the software. You can implement artificial neural network in two ways. One is the hardware implementation, another is the software implementation. So in hardware, you have to design over the chip, and in software implementation, you need mainly you can implement C++, MATLAB, Python. As I told you, Python is widely used. All implementation, most of the machine learning. Earlier, we have implemented in MATLAB. MATLAB is also very rich tool, but it is very costly and difficult to buy for organizations because it comes module by module, not as a whole. You get the MATLAB if you take license versions of the MATLAB, so it's very costly. You will find around 500 tool modules there, and it is difficult to buy for a person or organization. So Python is open source and it is easily available. Beautiful programming language, Python. But if you implement through the software, it is computationally not fast, computationally costly. So solving the problem through ANN, if you solve a big problem, large problem, big data problems, so it is computationally costly. Simple image classification is difficult to do by these artificial neural networks. So some of the drawbacks is there. Biggest drawbacks is very iterative. When you solve the problem, it take lot of time. Iterations का मतलब है बार-बार looping करेगा ये, and then you will find the solution. And next problem, why it is iterative? Because of presence of local minimas. So these local minimas basically struck the solutions, stop the solution, it stop the convergence, and increase the overtraining of the network. So Keras is there, and deep neural network implementation with Keras and classifications problem. So I want to show you a problem through the implementations. Sorry, net pop-up is coming. Do you have a Gmail account? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Rajendra ji?
Yes, sir.
Gmail account?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी सर.
Yes, sir.
Just I want to show a implementation because you are teaching a machine learning and you can tell lot of story about the machine learning, but I want to show you a simple problems basically, how we can implement. I have shown you a data set that is fashion MNIST data sets or MNIST data sets basically. So these are basically images. Number of images is there. If you see the fashion MNIST, we have 60,000 images there, and each image's size is 28 by 28 pixels. What is my point? Because you are electronics and computer students, so little bit idea you must have about the images. So I want to implement, I want to classify the number of images basically through machine learning techniques. So have you heard about this Colab library?
I have never heard, sir.
Colab.
I
नहीं,
have never heard. Yes, sir.
अच्छा अच्छा। सो बेसिकली क्या होता है कि व्हेन वी इम्प्लीमेंट ए प्रॉब्लम वी यूज द पाइथन, and if we use our just simple laptop, so I am using CPU of that. Even though now we can get a laptop and in that laptop we can have GPU, graphical processing unit. आजकल तो डीप जीपीयू भी आने लगा, डीप जीपीयू, वो डीप लर्निंग के कंसेप्ट पे डेवलप किया। एनवीडिया इज द कंपनी वी हैज डेवलप्ड दिस डीप जीपीयू आल्सो. So, but we cannot buy it and we cannot use it because of the problems. Costly mobile is there. So there is a way Google provide GPU basically. So it is very beautiful applications and Google is providing GPU. So what you will do basically, I'm telling you from beginning. ये दिखाई दे रहा है ना सबको?
यस सर।
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Possible.
हाँ, ये थोड़ा सा आप नोट भी कर लीजिए क्योंकि मैं बता रहा हूँ, तो कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि भाई पहले तो सबसे पहले क्या है, जीमेल अकाउंट पे लिंक होना है आप लोगों को, कोई भी अपना जीमेल अकाउंट होना चाहिए उसमें, ठीक है। देन यू गो टू द गूगल एंड टाइप हियर tensorflow.org. TensorFlow is the Python library developed by Google's basically, and Keras is one of them. So TensorFlow recently developed by the Google's. You go this Google and then apply the TensorFlow. Just TensorFlow you apply. Now what you do, गेट स्टार्टेड विद टेंसरफ्लो। जैसे ही आप इसमें जाएंगे, इसका वेबसाइट एक खुलेगा टेंसरफ्लो, एंड देन यू गेट स्टार्टेड बाय टेंसरफ्लो, गेट स्टार्टेड हियर, and see the tutorials basically. And here one is there, ML basic with Keras. मैंने जिक्र किया था ना आप लोगों को, Keras is one of the library which is widely used for machine learning purpose. So it is Python library. We do basically some problem through this Python. Now what happens here, you go to ML here, and here it is written basic image classifications. So it is basic problem, and we are using here artificial neural network for classification of images, and that image data set is nothing but a fashion MNIST. So you click here, fashion MNIST is the basic. Now you will find here run Google Colab. ये दिखाई दे रहा है सबको? Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, गूगल खुला। आप बोलेंगे
Yes,
तो
sir.
मुझे पता चल जाएगा मैं ठीक बता रहा हूँ।
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो गूगल कोलैब इज देयर एंड यू क्लिक हियर एट रन एट दिस पॉइंट्स। नाउ हियर इज द रन टाइम बेसिकली। ये रन टाइम दिखाई दे रहा है, इस पे क्लिक करिए आप, और दो ऑप्शन है। मैं आपको ये बताना चाह रहा हूँ कैसे गूगल का आप जीपीयू यूज कर सकते हो, क्योंकि ये बिग प्रॉब्लम है, इनको फास्ट रन करने के लिए वी नीड द जीपीयू बेसिकली। तो चेंज रन टाइम, यू गो हियर, यहाँ क्या आ रहा है, ये क्या है, नन। नाउ इफ यू click here, if you are not using anything else and none is here, it means it is using your CPU. But if you want to use the GPU basically, so then you have to go over GPU. So graphical processor unit, another is the TPU is also there. TPU बता सकते हो क्या होता है? कुछ आइडिया है किसी को? जीपीयू तो सुना होगा आप लोगों ने, टीपीयू क्या होता है?
सर ग्राफिकल processing unit.
ये तो जीपीयू हो गया, टीपीयू हम आस्किंग टेंसर फ्लो प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट बेसिकली। देखिए इस लाइब्रेरी में क्या होता है जो यूज करते हैं हम, अगर आपको जीपीयू यूज करना है तो जीपीयू पे क्लिक करके सेव कर लीजिए, अदरवाइज इट विल बी नन तो आपका ये सीपीयू यूज करेगा। तो अभी हम नन पे देखते हैं, फिर हम जीपीयू पे भी रन करके दिखाएंगे। नाउ इट इज देयर, इफ यू गो हियर I have to connect to the host। यहाँ कुछ आ रहा है ना आपको एलोकेटिंग, जब इसको कनेक्टिंग होस्ट करेंगे तो बैक एंड में गूगल के सर्वर के साथ कनेक्ट हो जाएगा यहाँ। सो दिस बेसिकली ए पाइथन एडिटर इज डेवलप्ड बाय द गूगल, बेसिकली एवरीथिंग इज डेवलप्ड बाय द गूगल, जुपिटर के नाम से इसको हम बोलते हैं। नाउ यू कैन रन हियर। नाउ यहाँ कुछ आ गया ना आपको रैम, ये कुछ लिखा आएगा, इट मीन्स इट इज कनेक्टेड देयर, एंड यू गो हियर, these are the programming in Python। TensorFlow library है, import TensorFlow as a TF, import NumPy as a, ये थोड़ा सा आपको ना, देखिए मैं इतना ज्यादा बताऊंगा प्रोग्रामिंग ये जाती होगी, लेकिन जिन लोगों को पाइथन आती है उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा होगा, जिनको नहीं कम आती है वो सीख सकते हैं। बट दिस इज वन स्टेप, वन एग्जांपल। इसको लेके फिर इस वेबसाइट पे जाके आप अपने आप को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो, बट ये चीजें नोट कर लीजिए, कई बार भूल जाते हैं हम बाद में। तो वी वांट टू सॉल्व ए प्रॉब्लम्स बेसिकली, व्हाट इज, आप इस पे क्लिक करोगे यहाँ पर तो ये रन हो जाएगा यहाँ पर, ऐसे क्लिक करने से। सो इट विल गिव यू वर्जन्स, बेसिकली प्रिंट करेगा जो पाइथन का वर्जन इंस्टॉल है या टेंसरफ्लो का वर्जन इंस्टॉल है, इट विल प्रिंट दैट। सो इट इज 2.30, इट इज टेंसरफ्लो वर्जन, इससे पहले 1 भी आया था। अब दूसरा एक डाटा सेट्स होता है इंपोर्ट फैशन एमनिस्ट। ये मैंने ऐसा कुछ बताया था आप लोगों को अभी जब मैं स्लाइड्स दिखा रहा था अपनी, तो ये स्लाइड्स में दिखा रहा था जो, इसमें मैंने कुछ वो कलर पिक्चर थी, ये ग्रे स्केल पिक्चर है, तो दे कैन बी कलर और ग्रे स्केल। नेक्स्ट इज, now we have to import this data, and this data very much with the TensorFlow library, a benchmark data set is there। फैशन एमनिस्ट के इसमें क्या होता है, 70,000 ग्रे स्केल इमेजेस इज देयर, 10 क्लास है। ये जो फैशन क्या, ये मतलब डिफरेंट टाइप के क्लॉथ्स हैं, एंड they belong to 10 कैटेगरी, बेसिकली कैटेगरी 1 2 3 4 5 इस तरह से लेबलिंग हम करते हैं। तो 10 क्लास प्रॉब्लम है, एंड ईच पिक्चर इज 28 by 28 पिक्सल्स। अगर इसको हम मल्टीप्लाई करें दोनों को तो कुछ वैल्यू इसकी आएगी, 28 by 20, 764 इज आई थिंक 764। नाउ this is the basically article which is used for fashion purpose, that's why its name is fashion MNIST, otherwise it is a simple MNIST data, but it is used for, because simple MNIST is handwritten digit data sets. Now if you go there, we have to import this fashion MNIST from TensorFlow Keras library। ये data sets है, इस तरह से इसके references आएंगे, tf.keras.dataset.fashion _ MNIST। So now you can click here, and this data sets will be loaded through this load function, and it will be internally split between train image, उसका लेबल होगा, टेस्ट इमेज उसका लेबल होगा, और जो ट्रेन इमेज होगी वो 60,000 होगी और टेस्ट इमेज होगी 10,000। तो इसको हम ऐसे अगर क्लिक करेंगे, अब ये रन करेगा, एंड इट इज इंपोर्टिंग फ्रॉम द दिस URL बेसिकली, from this repository which is downloading this data sets। So it is big data, so because it is with the library, so it is with them। Now as I told you, it is 10 class problem। So label 0 t-shirts के लिए है, 1 trousers, 2 pullover, dress like that। So it is a 10 class problems basically, and this class is given here, t-shirt, trousers, and this class is replaced by this numeric value. Now we explore. अब हमें साइज चेक करना, आप कहेंगे सर ये साइज कैसे चेक होगा, तो train underscore image dot shape, so it will give you size. You run it, 60,000 images and 28,28. It means these are the 60,000 images and 28 by 28. Each image size is 28 by 28. इसी तरह से जो लेंथ है, लेबल का लेंथ है, वो कितने थे, लेबल कितने थे हमारे 10 थे, तो ये इसमें बताएगा लेबल लेंथ. इफ यू रन दिस तो इट विल गिव यू 60,000 ट्रेन लेबल्स. जितने इमेजेस होगी उतने ही लेबल होंगे. वो बात अलग है कि वो 0 क्लास को बिलोंग करता है या 1 को करता है या 2 को करता है या 9 को करता है. सो सेम इज हियर. यू इंक्रीज. Test image is 10,000. Let's see, 10,000 is there, and simple length you can calculate. Now pre-processing step is there. पहले तो हमने डाटा, देखिए मशीन को रन करने के लिए या implement करने के लिए we need some stages. Basically it is kind of the waterfalls. So first we need the data sets, and data sets can be raw or it can be refined, but here it is refined data sets. But we need pre-processing of the data sets. Pre-processing, like we need normalization of the data sets, because they are grayscale images and each pixel value 8-bit grayscale images, so 2 raised to is the 256. तो grayscale हर एक पिक्सल्स का वैल्यू 0 से लेके 255 के बीच में हो सकता है. जो डार्क स्पॉट होंगे वो 0 होंगे, जो ब्राइट होंगे वो 255 होंगे. So but we have to normalize these images. So between 0 and 255 we have to normalize, and we use these functions. This is not a normalizations purpose, it is representing the figure कि किस तरह की फिगर आपको मिलेगी यहाँ पर. Oh, ये one shoes figure is there, so it is one of the picture and it is 28 by 28 pixels pictures. So somewhere we have dark value, somewhere we have bright value. If dark is there, तो pixel value is low. If bright is, pixel value is high. Now we will normalize these images. Basically we are normalizing the pixels value. देखा जाए, so each image's value is divided by 255. Just simple procedure. Otherwise, and these pixels value basically will come into between 0 and 1 if you use this process. So it will be normalized. If you are not normalized, you will not get the better result, because lot of heterogeneity is there in the images. So we have to make smoothing basically. So smoothing और pre-processing उतना ही important है जितना important आपका algo solutions देता है, जितना fast या अच्छा solutions देता है. So these are the representations basically. आप इसमें देखोगे यहाँ पर एक लाइब्रेरी हम यूज करते हैं प्लॉटिंग के लिए. हमने import mathplot pyplot.plt, ये मैथप्लॉट के नाम से एक लाइब्रेरी है that is used for plotting the figure basically. जितने ग्राफ और फिगर्स ये आप खुद करके देखिए. ये 10-15 मिनट में ये नहीं होगा कि भाई सब कुछ अच्छे से समझ, बट once you do the practice you will understand a lot. I guarantee this. ये some error has come here. Maybe upper normalizations has not done to verify the correct format. Some error has occurred. It's showing the class name. Now अब आगे मुझे एक चीज बतानी है आप लोगों को. जैसे सेट अप द लेयर, अब मुझे सिंपल एक आर्टिफिशियल न्यूरल नेटवर्क बनानी है. यहाँ से ये समझने वाली बात है, मैंने बहुत सारे आर्किटेक्चर तुम्हें बता दिए, ALM का भी, SVM का भी, ANN का भी, और बहुत सारे वेरिएंट्स हैं इन सबके. बट आई हैव टू इम्प्लीमेंट एक जस्ट सिंपल मॉडल, दैट इज artificial neural network. If you see, if you remember from my slides, we have a simple architecture: input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. This is the simple architecture. So if I want to apply this image classifications problem, so based on that image classifications we have to develop this architecture. So ये तो एक क्लियर हो गया, we need 3 layers basically. 3 लेयर में क्या होगा? इनपुट लेयर होगा, एक हिडन लेयर होगा और एक आउटपुट लेयर होगा. बट दिस आर्किटेक्चर विल बी डिफाइंड बेस्ड ऑन द प्रॉब्लम्स. अब हम एक सिंपल इनपुट इमेज लेके चलते हैं. हमने डिफाइन किया था एमनेस डाटा सेट इज देयर एंड वी हैव वन इमेज एंड वन इमेज साइज इज 28 by 28. One image size is what? 28 by 28. So that 28 by 28 will be our inputs. So 28 by 28, if you multiply, so it comes out, I think, कितना आएगा? 784 it will come. What it will come? 784. So I'm switching a little bit. If I see here from this, yeah, this architecture is there. So here we are implementing the applying the input. So I1, I2, I3, I4. These are the 4 basically. Now here I have to apply 784 inputs basically. So this passive node will be 784. Is it clear? 7, because it's just simple one image I want to apply. और अब आगे देखते हैं इसमें क्या है. नाउ नेक्स्ट आई हैव टू डिफाइन द हिडन लेयर. अब हिडन लेयर कैसे डिफाइन होगी? ये आपकी हिडन लेयर है. ये तो इनपुट हो गई, ये पहले वाली डिफाइन की हमने इनपुट. 28 by 28 क्यों ली? क्योंकि इमेज साइज मेरा इतना है. कोई इमेज साइज 32 by 30 भी हो सकता है, उसका मैं इससे रिप्लेस कर लूंगा. कोई न्यू डाटा पे आप यूज करके देखना, क्योंकि मैं एक जस्ट सिंपल बेसिक बताना चाह रहा हूँ ताकि आगे फिर तुम अपने आप कर लेना. थ्योरी सब जगह मिल जाएगी, इंटरनेट पे बहुत मटेरियल है, लेकिन ये एक सिंपल प्रॉब्लम भी आप समझ जाओगे, यू विल डू वंडरफुल इन फ्यूचर्स. सो नेक्स्ट लेयर इज हिडन लेयर, जो हम इसकी बात कर रहे हैं. मैं अभी शो करता हूँ आपको, थोड़ा सा मैपिंग हो जाएगा, अच्छा रहेगा. दिस इज द हिडन लेयर बेसिकली. तो यहाँ कितने नोड्स हैं? 3 नोड इज देयर. बट in my implementation I will define tf.keras layer. एक ये dense functions होता है, इसके अंदर tf के अंदर layers होती है बहुत सारी. तो layers के अंदर हम dense यूज करेंगे. dense में क्या किया? 128 I have supplied. So 128 is nothing but the number of hidden node. जहाँ हम 3 ले रहे हैं, ये इसमें तो 3 है, वहाँ क्या है? 128 है वहाँ. So those architecture I am define. Input is 786 and it is 128. So अब आप देखोगे एक सिंपल इमेज लेने से 784 into 128, so कितना बनेगा? ये 1 lakhs के करीब कनेक्शंस आ जाएंगे इनमें आपस में. It will be around 1 lakh connection एक सिंपल इमेज को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए. And these 1 lakh connections is basically computationally costly basically. So this is the problem I want to show you कि if you ये तो मैंने छोटी सी इमेज ली. If you take millions of the images and each image will come and it give one solution of one image, so you get a lot of parameters basically. So these 1 lakhs के करीब जब 128 और 784 को मल्टीप्लाई करोगे, you will find around 1 lakhs parameter. हम ये tf.keras layer dense 10. देखो अब ये प्रॉब्लम मेरी कितने क्लास की प्रॉब्लम है बता सकता है कोई? एमनेस जो मैं अभी बात कर रहा हूँ, इट इज ए 10 क्लास प्रॉब्लम. आप यहां से देखोगे इट इज ए 10 क्लास प्रॉब्लम. तो मैं ये आउटपुट में जो मेरा वैल्यू है 10 न्यूरॉन्स होने चाहिए मुझे. 10 क्लास प्रॉब्लम है, तो इसलिए हमने एक लेयर और डिफाइन की. सो दैट लेयर इज बेसिकली output layer. So it is a 10 class problem. So just I want to show you just simple implementation of fashion MNIST and कैसे हमने उसका एक सिंपल न्यूरल नेटवर्क का आर्किटेक्चर डेवलप किया. अब आप एक चीज इंटरेस्टिंग चीज और बताता हूँ. आप कहे कि भाई सर हमें एक हिडन लेयर और बनानी है इनके बीच में, मैं अपना एक नया आर्किटेक्चर बनाना चाहता हूँ, तो आप इसी लेयर को रेप्लिकेट कर दीजिए और उसके अंदर आप नंबर ऑफ हिडन न्यूरॉन्स चेंज कर सकते हैं, सेम भी रख सकते हैं, और यू कैन चेंज, you can write here 64, you can write here 32. So that become a new architecture, and that architecture will have two hidden. So similarly, you can increase the number of hidden hidden layer, but it is not necessary कि if you increase the number of hidden layer, it will give you better result. Even though complexity can increase, but it is not guarantee it will give you better result. Now you have construct a model, जो मैंने अभी डायग्राम में बना के दिखाया था, you have construct the models. This model you have constructed. डॉक्टर साहब कितना टाइम है मेरे लिए? हेलो
सर 5 बजे तक होता है नॉर्मली।
5 बजे तक है ना ये?
हाँ जी हाँ जी।
चलिए ठीक है, ठीक। So now we can run this model. You click here this model and it has been run, because it is not giving any output, but this model you have compile basically. Now you can compile this model, क्योंकि हमने मॉडल डेवलप किया अभी, दिस मॉडल वी हैव डेवलप. आफ्टर दैट यू विल कंपाइल द मॉडल, यू कंपाइल द मॉडल. कंपाइलेशंस के साथ यू नीड द ऑप्टिमाइजर, यू नीड सम लॉस फंक्शन. जब आप पढ़ेंगे अच्छे से ये चीजें समझ में आ जाएगी. एंड वी नीड द मैट्रिक्स दैट इज यूज्ड फॉर टेलिंग द क्वालिटेटिव और क्वांटिटेटिव एक्यूरेसी अबाउट द मॉडल. मॉडल क्यों अच्छा है हमारा, क्यों बुरा है, वो हम एक एक्यूरेसी से डिसाइड करेंगे. इफ एक्यूरेसी इज हाई, इट मींस माय मॉडल इज गुड. एंड डिफरेंट ऑप्टिमाइजर कैन बी यूज्ड. एडम इज यूज्ड, number of optimizer is here, SGD is one of the optimizer is also there, RMSC prop is also there. So number of optimizer is there that can be used, and they give the solutions basically. Mathematical problem ये solve करते हैं. Internally you are solving the mathematical problems here. So you can compile here. Now once the model is compiled, ये बन गया. Now you can train this model. आप fit करेंगे image, train image, train label you will pass here, and it will be fit in 10 epochs. So it will give you some results. 1 epoch is coming, और आप इधर देखोगे some accuracy is coming, losses is there. In each epochs accuracy is increasing basically. आप देखोगे यहाँ से 67%, 76%, 79, 81, 82, like that. 83%. Like that. So this accuracy is there. Now again you can, if you can, because sometime you get the accuracy and you get the average of each epoch, sometimes some problem is there, so accuracy may be increase or decrease. But if you want to increase or decrease the accuracy, you have to change this optimizer, or optimizer के internal parameters होते हैं, that you have to change. Different kind of optimizer you can use for training our algorithms. So similarly test accuracy or training accuracy you can find. So like that. So this is one of the problem, just simple problem. What we have done here, we have constructed a artificial neural network using Keras and TensorFlow library. They are developed by Python library, they are developed by Google, and we have run it over the Google Colab laboratory. Different applications is there, different tutorial is given in, and you can explore these tutorials over this Google Colab, but you must have a Google mail ID. So you can do there. You can change here your runtime if you want to. Any problem you can run here. If you have Python, you can change your GPU. Suppose you want to run over GPU, you save it, and then now if you run this program, so then it will be run over this GPU programs. So similarly, you can change other tutorial also you can run. So it is very good facility provided by the Google. It is one of the application I have given you, and you can find other tutorials also. कुछ एडवांसेस है, एस्टिमेटर्स हैं, कस्टमर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ट्रेनिंग है, इमेजेस का बहुत सारे ट्यूटोरियल्स आपको यहाँ पर मिल जाएगा, जैसे जनरेटिव एडवर्सरल नेटवर्क है, रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग है, ऑल ट्यूटोरियल. बट यू मस्ट हैव little bit knowledge about the Python programming, otherwise it will be bit difficult to learn. Not very difficult, but it will be difficult to learn. So अभी so this is the just simple implementations of artificial, how you can construct a simple neural network that is used for constructing the fashion MNIST data set. अब आप यहाँ से देखिए थोड़ा सा, if you have this data sets we have used, this data sets we have used, that is fashion MNIST data set. ये 10 class problems है हमारी, this we have used, and one image is giving too much number of the parameters. ये थोड़ा गलती से लिखा गया है, 28 by 28. तो this one image is giving too much number of the hyperparameters. Similarly, another image, and 60,000 image you have to connect, and you will find the huge number of parameters there. So parameter connections is the big problems in artificial neural network. You cannot find the solution very fast. It will be overtrained. It will be a big problems. So this is the big problem of machine learning if you want to handle the problem at images, especially for large data sets. So we have the solutions of this kind of the problem, and that problem can be solved in deep neural network. And deep neural network architectures, we have CNN, convolutional neural network, that I hope I will give you some idea about that convolutional neural network tomorrow. We have the problem how we can use a classifications problem through CNN, that we will discuss on tomorrow. So basic idea जो मैंने बताया था आप लोगों को, it is one of the another architectures. So if you see there from, if you have inputs layer is like that, and each node is some kind of the image, and number of pixels is here. So number of pixels is coming to different hidden nodes basically. So similar problem is here. Suppose it is some 28 by 28 image, and you want to connect to huge number of the node in hidden layer. So you need huge number of the parameters, and parameter optimizations is very difficult because system become too complex. So for that purpose, another concept is used, that is CNN. And in CNN, how we can reduce the parameter, how we can optimize, how we can train the network, how we can reduce the overtraining. So we have to use optimum value of the activations functions. We have to share the weights. We have to increase the sparsity in the machine learning systems. So these are the basically a compromise. You increase one parameter, you reduce another parameter, you get the results. So that is basically kind of the hit and trials techniques. So tuning is done like that for the network. So we have to basically make the arrangement of these parameters, and we have to increase or decrease the value of hyperparameters there. So that is there. ये सिंपल वही डायग्राम है जो हम अभी डिस्कस कर चुके। इसके फिर क्या क्या एप्लीकेशंस है, एप्लीकेशंस एरिया, साइंस एंड मेडिसिन, मॉडलिंग, प्रिडिक्शन, डायग्नोसिस, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में यूज करते हैं, मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स में यूज करते हैं, फाइनेंस अभी हमने डिस्कस किया था, प्रिडिक्शंस के लिए यूज होती है, बैंकिंग, इंश्योरेंस, सिक्योरिटी के लिए जैसे हमने अभी सिक्योरिटी में इसका एप्लीकेशंस किया था, वो ALM था, that is basically a modified form of the artificial neural network. So we have published 4 or 5 papers on watermarkings using extreme learning machines basically. So these are some of the applications basically. Now I think time is not much because I have to start another design issue of the network. So मैं थोड़ा सा आइडिया इसके बारे में दे देता हूँ। कोई नेटवर्क डिजाइन करनी हो सिंपल तरीके से, तो व्हाट वी नीड फॉर डिजाइनिंग ऑफ द नेटवर्क, वी नीड फर्स्ट इनपुट लेयर, यू विल डिफाइन द प्रॉब्लम, जैसे अभी हमने सिंपल क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम बताई आपको फैशन एमनिस्ट के लिए। सो सिमिलरली यू हैव द गोल इन द माइंड, what problem we have to solve, whether it is a classification problem or regression. So we defines the problem in the form of the number of inputs. They are the passive node. Now next is we define the hidden layer, and in defining hidden layer we need basically 2 parameters, number of hidden nodes, and another, each node is fitted by a activation function, suitable activations functions because that play very important role in convergence of machine learning techniques or finding the good results of machine learning techniques. So when designing issue of the network is there, so first we need the input, we need the hidden layer, and in hidden layer we need activation function. In activation functions we have certain parameters that we have to tune using some cross validations method. So these are the tunes basically, and then you get the output. So these are some of the designing issue of artificial neural net or any kind of the, in general, any kind of the network. So I hope today is sufficient, but I request all of you, you do this tutorial over this Google Colab, and you will learn a lot about it. If you solve the simple problem, you will learn a lot. So first you will design your model, and then you try to solve these problems. So it will be very helpful to you. If you have any problem regarding this Google Colab, tomorrow I can tell, but at least you do one, same you can repeat.
Sir, what is the role of Keras here?
Keras is basically a library, Python library, and that support all functions through which we are constructing neural networks. Basically, we are finding data from this Keras, and this Keras basically a very rich library, and it is in backend supported by 3 companies. One is the Google in the form of the TensorFlow, another is the Amazon AWS service provider, and third one is the Microsoft cognitive network tool के through वो provide करता है इसको. It's very rich library, and you must learn about it. You apply this keyword on the Google and you will find the tutorial about the Keras and different applications of the Keras. You will find out.
Okay, sir. सर इसके लिए पाइथन हमें पहले इंस्टॉल करनी होगी या टेंसरफ्लो को जैसे यूज करते हैं बाय डिफॉल्ट ही पाइथन आ जाता है?
नहीं, इसमें तो आप यूज जैसे आप जो मैंने बताया Keras के इसके थ्रू यूज करेंगे तो आपको मिल जाएगा डायरेक्ट इसमें. Okay. Otherwise, you need to install the Python and you use the editor Jupyter basically for that.
Okay. Right.
So इसके लिए आप कर सकते हो. But it is very beautiful, and GPU application Google is providing you free of cost, but you must have only mail ID of the Google.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other friend want to ask any questions?
Any questions?
Otherwise, the question may be taken tomorrow also because sir is
Tomorrow, no
also
problem,
there.
no problem. Tomorrow can be, we are here, no problem. अब ये थोड़ा सा डॉक्टर साहब, ये थोड़ा सा तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा, आप देख
नहीं
लेना
सर, ये तो है सर, बिल्कुल इतना इजीली आना नहीं है ये चीजें, क्योंकि
और ये मैं भी
तो
समझता हूँ 1-1.5 घंटे में मैं ऐसा नहीं कि सब कुछ बता दूंगा, मैंने कोशिश की थोड़ा सा समराइज करने की, बट यू ट्राई टू इम्प्लीमेंट दिस सिंपल प्रॉब्लम थ्रू आर्टिफिशियल न्यूरल नेटवर्क. वंस यू इम्प्लीमेंट दिस सिंपल प्रॉब्लम, you can do your big problems also, because
sir,
your
yes, sir.
basic must be clear first. So
डेफिनेटली सर,
this is
क्योंकि सर एक 1.5 घंटे में इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू कवर दिस
not
आर्टिफिशियल
possible.
मशीन लर्निंग टेक्निक्स.
Oh, huge, thousand of model is there, and I have done most of the model. We have written number of the papers. Student is doing PhD with me. They are doing their good job, but it is very difficult to teach in a very small span of time कि मैं सब कुछ बता. But थोड़ा सा भी सीखोगे तो बहुत अच्छा है, अपने आप कर सकते हो.
यस
आप
सर,
सभी टीचर्स हैं, सभी अच्छे लोग हैं, सभी पढ़ने वाले लोग हैं, तो ये सब कर सकते हैं, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं. एक बेसिक पता होना चाहिए. कई बार हमें रिसोर्सेज का ही नहीं पता होता कि हम करें कैसे. तो
Yes, sir,
ये
yes.
बेसिक है बेसिकली. तो बेसिक आपको अगर पता चल गया तो आप खुद कर सकते हो इसको बैठ के. और
डेफिनेटली
आगे भी फ्यूचर में कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है, मेरा मेल आईडी है, मैंने दिया हुआ है, इस पे आप कोई भी कोलीग आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हो, उसके साथ में बात कर सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तो आई होप आई शुड स्टॉप नाउ. सो
ओके
एनी क्वेश्चंस? इफ यस.
anybody want to ask any question? Otherwise we will wind up the session now and again meet at tomorrow at 10. Should we leave? Okay sir, I think
Thank you very much.